Good evening, Aquarius. This is your love reading for the week of the 8th of January 2026 through to the 15th. This is Joanne Ward, Glasgow Medium and Psychic, and this is Aquarius by Joanne. I've decided to dedicate this channel to Aquarius because I am an Aquarian and I just love my fellow Aquarians so much. We really are the best sign of the zodiac as far as I'm concerned. So I decided to dedicate this channel to Aquarius, and this is your Astro Tarot reading for this week in 2026. Now, it's a waning gibbous moon at the moment, and the energies of the recent wolf moon were very potent, very powerful. It was a supermoon there a few days ago, and I feel those energies are still reverberating at the moment and affecting all of us. But for us Aquarians especially, I do feel that powerful magnetic energy has stirred a lot of energy up. And there are still things which are hidden at the moment. I feel your person has been hiding something or holding something back from you. Now, I did a pre-shuffle before I started this reading today, and I'm using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand fortune-telling cards. It's the expanded edition. I've only had these cards a few days. I've always wanted a set of fortune-telling cards, and we don't often see cards like this in the UK, or at least in the 20 years that I've been reading tarot, I've never seen them. They're not tarot cards, they are fortune-telling cards. And originally this was a 36 card deck. The expanded edition is a 47 card deck. I love them, they're beautiful, the artwork's just stunning. And I did a pre-shuffle before starting, and what I see here is that your person perhaps has went no comunicado with you. Either they've cut you off or perhaps you've cut them off, but whatever has happened here, there is a no contact situation going on, and there's a lot of confusion. And I feel the full moon recently, those energies has just heightened that confusion a bit more. Everything feels very unsettling at the moment. The stability seems to have gone, and Aquarians tend to like stability. Even though you are an air sign, you still tend to like some stability in your life. Some people think that us Aquarians are wacky and zany and a bit off the wall, and we can be very eccentric, but there's still this innate need for stability and balance with Aquarius. And everything's just been so unsettling with this no contact situation. It's like you don't know why your person has pulled the rug out from under you, but they have, and it's left you feeling a bit devastated because you really did think that you were going to have love and a future and trust and mutual support with this person. And it seems at the moment that this has all been taken away from you very suddenly and unexpectedly, and it's left you wondering, what have you done? And what the pre-shuffle shows me is that you really are craving stability. The first card that came out in the pre-shuffle here is the number 4, the house, the home. Now, numerologically, 4 is about stability. If you think of the 4 walls in the house, it's a box. Number 4 is enclosed. So I feel you and your partner perhaps have been very insular, maybe very codependent. When you close the door at night, it's just the two of you, and you've quite enjoyed it being that way, and I feel your person has as well. But maybe you've developed some codependency issues, which has left your partner perhaps feeling a bit worried about what would happen if you split up, or worried about what would happen if one of you dies. And it's also left one or both of you feeling a bit trapped in the relationship, a bit stuck, a bit enslaved or imprisoned within these 4 walls. I feel there are commitment issues with your person here. Perhaps you've gave them an ultimatum. Perhaps you've said to them that you feel you need to move forward now. For some of you, you may have been in this relationship for roughly 4 years, as it's a number 4 on the card. And it may be that you're now questioning or considering, where is this relationship going? Is this person going to commit to me? Are they going to move in with me? Are we going to get married? And perhaps you've given them an ultimatum and they've panicked and they're a runner. They've run away. And you're left very confused. And the energies of the full moon have stirred a lot of things up to the surface. There's a lot of introspection going on just now, either on your part or their part, or both of you. Perhaps you're both looking inward, reflecting upon, what have I done wrong? Maybe with the full moon energy as well, there is some mental health issues going on with one or both of you at the moment as well. I do feel perhaps your partner, your person, has been hiding depression and anxiety. But Aquarius, you are very strong. We have Lady Venus here, and she's a number 29, so she adds up to 11, which is a master number, a very powerful number. And of course, 1 and 1 make 2, which is a partnership. So Lady Venus really wants a partnership, but she's very dominant. You can see that she holds the symbol of Venus in her hand. She's wearing a beautiful red gown with her breast exposed. So in one respect, she's very hypersexual. She's very dominant. She's very alluring. Your person fancies you. They really are attracted to you. There were fireworks between the two of you on a sexual level, but also on a deeper level than that as well. But what she is she is dominant. She is confident. She is self-assured. Perhaps, Aquarius, you have disappointed your person by making it clear that you do not need them. Perhaps you've said you want them, that you love them, but you don't necessarily need them. And this has made your partner feel very insecure because they really want to be needed by you. But you're such a strong and fiercely independent person. And I feel you can make your own money, you can pay your own bills, and you are very capable at running your own life. So perhaps you've disappointed your person, and as a result of all of this, we have the anchor reversed. So the stability has become reversed in this relationship. Whereas it was stable for a while, now that stability has been turned on its head. And again, the anchor, whether it's upright or reversed, stirs up all the silt from the bottom of the sea, all the detritus, all the crap that's down there, sort of floating around, or rather, all the stuff that was down there that was buried has now been stirred up and is now floating around. And there's all sorts of work to do with childhood, to do with parental and sibling relationships that needs to be healed. I feel maybe both of you have got huge amounts of healing to do because of issues to do with the past, to do, as I say, with childhood, maybe also to do with past relationships as well. So I'm just going to have a look now and just clarify the pre-shuffle and see what else comes out for your love reading. So I'm going to ask the cards now, where do you and your person go from here? What should you do? What should you do? Should you contact them? Should you let them hang as they grow, as my grandmother would have said? Do you leave them and see what they do? Let's see, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to do? Okay, so 2 cards have just flew out of the deck. So let's see where we go. Well, the first thing I see here is this beautiful garden. Okay. And then I see a sarcophagus. And above the sarcophagus, we have an Egyptian god. So what does this symbolise for you at the moment, Aquarius? What should you do? My immediate feeling here as I look at this, as I look at the garden, I certainly feel you need to give yourself some peace in this relationship just now. You need to perhaps take some time out, spend some time in nature. Perhaps you need to pamper yourself. This reminds me of a country estate near where I live, in my hometown actually of Dumbarton. There's a country estate called Overton Estate. It was built in the 1800s and it has beautiful gardens and extensive grounds, and it's open to the public to walk there and enjoy nature. So I really feel you need to get yourself out into the countryside, into nature, and perhaps allow yourself that time for growth, for expansion, that time for your soul to heal a little bit from this shock removal of your person from your life. You need to focus on yourself more than the relationship at the moment. And I feel with the sarcophagus here, with the coffin that comes out here, there's definitely a symbol of change and transition going on here at the moment. There's a lot of depression here. There's a lot of loss. There's a lot of death even, sickness. Maybe someone is ill and they're not telling you that they're ill. There's certainly a feeling of your person perhaps not facing up to problems in their life. Perhaps they've got worries about money just now as well. There's debts hanging over them. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of change going on in their life that they didn't see coming, that sort of came very quickly into their life and took them by surprise. And I feel as a result of that, they've very quickly withdrawn themselves from you, because there's this sense of, what is my life's purpose going on with your person just now? It's like they don't really know what their life's purpose is. It's like they've reached an age in their life where they feel like they've not achieved all the things that they want to achieve. Maybe they've got some guilt hanging over them as well, to do with things that they didn't do or did do in the past, that they feel annoyed with themselves about. And I think maybe your ultimatum has stirred all of this stuff up with your partner, leading to depression and anxiety that was perhaps always there, but was very well hidden, well masked, and well managed. The sarcophagus to me is a symbol of, rest, I suppose. If we think of the Four of Wands in the traditional tarot, it's a symbol of rest. It's a spiritual card. It's a symbol of taking that time for yourself to rest, and maybe your partner also needs to do the same. Maybe you need to sit with the spirit world, or maybe you need to meditate. And spending that time in nature will assist you or your partner or both of you with these spiritual aspects of yourself. As we look at this card here as well, I do feel that this is Anubis, perhaps this god here in the card. And of course, he was the god of embalming, and he was the god of assisting with the weighing of the heart to ascertain the worthiness of the person before they entered the afterlife. So this perhaps again is this sense of worthiness, this sense of guilt that your person has. Maybe they've got huge issues with their self-worth because they feel guilty about something that they've done or not done in their life. So they need some time out to figure themselves out. Of course, Anubis would weigh the heart against the feather of truth, I believe. So again, there is some truths to come out with this card. There's some hard truths to come out here, and it might be difficult to hear what your person has got to say, or it might be difficult for them to hear what you've got to say. But either way, someone has been made to face the truth of a situation in their life that they've been ignoring for quite some time. They've been living in a fantasy land, and ignoring the truth of a situation, that being that perhaps they should have done things differently. So should you let this person hang as they grow? Should you chase them? I think from those two cards there, that would certainly tell me that they need some time out, and so do you. So I would stay back from this person right now. And if they chose to run from you, I feel you need to give them the time and the space to come back to you if that's what they want and need. And if they do not come back to you, if they do not communicate with you, then that is all the answer that you need in life at the moment. As I say, your person, I feel, is depressed. If you look at this man here, he looks very forlorn as he stares off into the distance. There's an apathy with this man here. He is perched on this stool here rather precariously, like he could fall off at any moment. So I get the impression that your person here is teetering on the edge. He's on the brink between sanity and insanity at the moment. He's barefoot, which again to me is a symbol of vulnerability or fragility, a symbol that perhaps he is out in the cold, or he's feeling like he's out in the cold just now. You can see that he holds a red rose in his hand here, so he really does have passion for you, Aquarius. He really does love you and care about you. He's mad about you, and I feel he's very depressed, perhaps that he's lost you or that he's walked away from you, and he doesn't really know what to do to sort this situation out. So number 28, this card, which adds up to 10, and 10 reduces to 1 in numerology. So there is a new beginning coming. Perhaps he will come back at some point, but you need to give him the space to do so. He is lost in a maze at the moment, and you can see you're here at the front and he's here behind you. And there are some other people in this maze as well, perhaps, that he is trying to get to in the middle. So there's complications going on in your person's life. Perhaps there is children or a partner from a previous relationship. Perhaps there are parents or siblings who need your person's attention right now. But he is lost in a maze. And again, to me, this is a symbol that it's going to take time for you to get to the heart of the matter. And you can't force your person to open up and tell you what's going on. They will tell you when the time is right and in their own time. There is loss and grief here. We see the lilies here, which remind me of a funeral, and a stained glass window in the background. Some people may see this as a wedding, but not for me. I see this as a funeral, as a death, or as an ending. So it may be that your partner is grieving for someone who has passed, and that person may have passed some time ago. It may be related to the person's father in the spirit world, and it may be that they still have issues over the grief and the loss of their father that they need to process. It may be as well here that your partner does want marriage. It's number 30, this card. So in numerology, 3 is all about a couple coming together and creating something together to make 3. So it may be that your partner does want to create with you. Maybe he wants to have children with you. Or if not that, maybe wants to create a life with you, create a future with you. But at the moment, the timing just feels as if it's really off, Aquarius. So I'm going to finish your reading with the Wandering Star Tarot. I do love these tarot cards. And I just want to get a bit of clarity over why your person's cut you off. Okay, something's just fallen out, so let's have a look. Okay. Why have they cut you off is what I'm asking. Okay. So 2 cards have come out in response to that, okay? So we've got the 8 of Wands. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, the 8 of Wands are regarded as Cupid's arrows. And in this particular Wandering Star deck, you can see that the lady in the card does indeed have Cupid's bow and arrow there as well. There's a lot of growth in the card. So although these are wands and not cups, and the wands are usually to do with, work or ambition or career, in the 8 of Wands, I feel this card is much more about love than it is about work. So why has your person ran away? I feel that you hit something very close to the bone. You hit a target with your person. Perhaps you were so close to the mark, or indeed hit the mark, and they didn't expect it, that you just sort of caught them completely off guard with something that you said or did. And it really hurt them to the marrow, because although it is the truth, they weren't ready to hear that truth. They'd been ignoring it, or they'd been trying to suppress something. So this is what's caused them to run, I feel, because you've hit the mark so clearly with something. Page of Swords is also out. Now, as an Aquarian, the swords are to do with the air signs. And the swords can be cutting, and as an Aquarian, you know that you can be cutting, that you can say things sometimes and then regret it later. So you've said something, you've gave them a tongue lashing. You've said something that's upset them. And again, although it's the truth, they weren't ready to hear it. I feel you're the first person that your partner, your person has really opened up to about their childhood. And they've told you things that they've never told another soul. And perhaps you opened your big mouth before you engaged your brain during the heat of an argument, Aquarius. And that's what's caused this person to run. You can't blame yourself though, because they are an avoidant personality. And you're very direct. You are someone who, in the midst of an argument, wants your person to stand there and argue back until you sort it out. And you're very quick. You're in the realm of air. You're in the realm of thought. You like things to be said, done and dusted, and then you can move on very quickly. Whereas your partner, I feel, is much more of a plodder. Someone who thinks things over and overthinks. So you need to leave this person, give them some space this week, this month. When they're good and ready, they will come to you. There are some control issues here, but you may just need to accept that that's the way it is if you still love this person. I don't think you're ready to let go, Aquarius. And I do feel there will be some good news. Perhaps this person will come towards you with the 8 of Wands being here. It would certainly suggest your person still loves you. I don't think that's changed. But you have really wounded them to the core and taken them completely by surprise with what you said. And it hurt. So that's all I've got for you for this week, Aquarius. I hope that helps in some way. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, please share and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.